Medical.
What?
Let me smell your dick. Callback. Hey, welcome back to Am I the Asshole?
Welcome back. It's midnight, almost.
Mm-hmm. We're batch recording these. As if you didn't know by the 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
we're batch recording these because I am going to be absent for a while.
Yep.
Due to being a new dad times 2.
Yep.
So
The dad squared.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dad, if you will.
Yep. Dad plus dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be something else too.
But yeah,
Anyway.
so
Yeah.
if we start to seem a little loopy by the end of this,
Yep.
you know why.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, God, he's going to be a couple weeks old.
At the time
Like 2
of
weeks
releasing this, he'll be 2
weeks and some
2 weeks and some change. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
That's
He'll
crazy.
no longer be just a blob. He'll be kind of like
Yeah. Kind of actually somewhat like a human.
Uh-huh.
A little bit. Yeah.
It's honestly wild
Yeah.
watching a kid like go from blob to
No, I bet I have no experience in that.
yeah. No, it's. I remember when our first one was like fresh out, like shitting on the world, literally. I mean, like he went from just like to just like,
Yeah. Oh shit, there's a world out here.
Father, I would love some tit. Like,
Could you bring me your finest tit, sir?
it's definitely interesting. Yeah, by the time this releases, I'm curious, and here's something I want you all at home to do. When you watch this episode, the very next episode you see me on, where we talk about how, like, hey, we're back after this break,
Yeah.
or however long I'm gone, see how I look. I'm really curious if I'm going to look like
Yeah.
destroyed.
Well, we won't be able to see the bags under your eyes because you're wearing sunglasses. So you can see the gross eye. Ew. Yes, he's got pink eye, just as a reminder.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, just, figured just go ahead and get it out there.
Yeah.
I made fun of you twice for it. I'm not going to make fun of you this time.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's a medical diagnosis, something you should really take seriously.
I mean,
Also, stop putting shit in your eye. So.
Look. Here's the thing. Chat. Wow.
Chat.
See, it's late.
We're not streaming.
Here's the thing you have to remember, YouTube, is sometimes you catch a stray or two when you eat ass, and that's just how it works. Okay. So that has nothing to do with today's. It might.
You didn't have your safety squints on.
I just picture like going in with those fucking suntan goggles.
It's the most attractive thing I've ever seen.
Just deep diving in that booty hole. Today's topic we didn't proofread, and we know that when we don't proofread, we might run into a thing or two.
Yeah, it shouldn't, because today we're talking about weddings.
Hey, then wedding nights do get wild.
I mean, based off of the titles, I don't think we'll be running into that, but let's see what happens, shall we?
Yep. So as always, wow, you need to pump the brakes.
I'm ready to go.
Subscribe.
I'm tired.
He is.
This is past my bedtime.
Subscribe, as always. Let us know any comments you have as we go along through this. Feel free to drop them down below.
Yep.
Let us know if there's any topics you want us to cover. And if you have nothing you want to say, drop an emoji.
Isn't there a wedding dress one? I think so.
Yes. Yeah, drop that.
Yeah.
But don't drop that dun-da-da.
Don't drop that. Dun-da-da. Hey, don't drop that. Dun-da-da. That was smooth. I like it.
Thanks.
Ready? Damn,
Okay.
3 for 3 today.
All right, I'll take it.
Yep.
Starting out strong. Am I the asshole for wearing a wedding dress to a wedding or at a wedding? Okay.
Yikes.
So my friend 20F and I 19.
Shit. I didn't do this.
That's on you.
That is on me. Oh, actually, it wouldn't have mattered. I'd have to do it either way. So, all right.
So my friend 20F and I 19 male have been friends for a few years, and she recently got engaged.
Congratulations.
Let's see. A week ago, I got a DM from her for a small costume party she was hosting as a celebration for her getting engaged. I asked if there was a theme, and she said there wasn't. I'm a cosplayer, so I had a lot of choices. I didn't want to rock up in an anime cosplay, so I thought it would be fun to go to an engagement party as the corpse bride. I arrived at her house yesterday and everything seemed normal. A few people complimented my costume and I was having a lot of fun. After 10 minutes, my friend's fiance walked out in a black tuxedo and announced this was actually their wedding.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Apparently, my friend saw a video of someone doing this and wanted to do the same. I trusted him and followed everyone outside. They got married and everything
You
seemed...
just skipped a whole paragraph.
Wait,
brother.
did I?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. He asked us all to go to the backyard. Sorry. I really did. He asked us all to go to the backyard for their ceremony to begin. I went straight to him. I asked him if I should go home, quickly go home and change my outfit and that I would get back there before it started. He told me it was fine since I didn't know this was a wedding. I trusted him and followed everyone outside. They got married and everything seemed good. The reception was just in their house again, so everyone just walked back inside and picked up where they left off. I tried talking to my friend and celebrating with her, but she kept making excuses to not talk to me. Okay. I assumed it was just because she was tired from, I'm going to have to lean in again, from the big day and wanted some alone time. I didn't bother her after that and the party soon ended. I got home and half an hour passed when my phone started getting notifications. I checked and it was my friend texting me. She was cussing me out and telling me how I ruined her wedding. I was really confused and asked what I did. That only made her more angry. She told me it was basic knowledge not to wear a wedding dress to a wedding. I reminded her that I had no idea it was a wedding and that I asked her now husband if I should change and he said it was fine. She didn't respond, but I got a text from her husband. He asked why I would tell her that he said it was fine. I told him he said it was fine. Then he said how I should have changed anyways, and it's my fault that the two are now fighting over this.
Jesus.
Okay. I've tried texting her and that I was sorry, and if I had known, I wouldn't have done it. I woke up today and saw her and her husband have blocked me on everything.
Wow.
So am I the asshole for not changing out of the wedding dress when I found out it was actually a wedding? Let's see. The edit looks good. Edit. I am a guy. I cosplayed the character Emily from The Corpse Bride and had blue paint all over. I'm also Australian and I've never heard a costume party meaning fancy. Everyone was dressed up in funny costumes. There's another update.
Yeah, we'll go to that, but here in a little bit. No.
Yeah.
You're not an ass. What the like?
That's to me. That's easy.
Yeah. I just don't. How they can get mad at that.
Here's my thinking behind this is there is none. You're not an asshole. You were invited to a costume party.
You dressed up in a costume.
Yeah. Let's see. Everyone's complimenting my costume. I had a lot of fun. Then they walked out and you asked, is it cool or should I go change? Here's the thing. If that husband is actively telling your friend that he didn't say it was fine to cover his own ass, you don't want to be friends with them.
Yeah, at that point he's just lying.
Yeah, he's lying to cover his own ass for you to take the fall, and your friend's already pissed off at you.
Yeah.
For something that was out of your hands entirely. I've never heard of this, by the way. I've never heard of someone doing a random pop-up fucking wedding.
Yeah, I haven't either. I don't know. Is that something new? Like, let us know in the comments, because that just seems surprising. So we're immediately just saying not the asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole.
And then everybody else agrees not the asshole.
Uh-huh.
I just want to take a quick peek at the comments here, and then we'll check that update. Yeah, not the asshole. The facts are pretty simple. You were told that this is a costume party, so you wore a costume. 2, when asked about a theme, you're not giving any restrictions. 3, they sprung a surprise wedding on you. 4, once you realized that you asked the groom if you should go home and change, and the groom said no. They had multiple chances to get you to change, and you didn't take any of them, so getting mad with you after the fact doesn't make any sense.
Edited format. Mobile is hard.
Yeah.
Yes, we agree.
People are saying...
Wait, someone's actually saying you're the asshole?
Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I'm assuming it's one of those that they're down there.
It has to be.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're cis or straight, whatever. Like, it's
Yeah,
it's a
it doesn't
costume
matter.
party. Like, you dress however the fuck you want. Not the asshole. All right, let's just get the old.
Yeah, let's do the old drop. Oh, good God, dude. This is a big boy. I've seen a lot of not the asshole.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were talking about.
I'm assuming it was early on in the in the shit. Probably
Had to be.
So anyway,
Let's
get
click
to
that
this
link.
update.
Yeah. Okay. Holy.
It's a raider.
Okay. Okay. So this is the update.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think this would get as much attention as it did, but I've tried reading through all the comments, but damn, there were a lot. I do appreciate everyone's feedback. Also, I'm not sharing photos. Sorry, just for privacy reasons. I'm sorry. Understood.
Yeah.
Now the update. Since they blocked me on everything, I didn't try to reach out since it would be a waste of effort, but I didn't block them back. If they wanted to talk, it was fine. I was fine with it. 2 days ago, I was unblocked by my friend. She asked if we could call and talk about what happened, and I agreed. She apologized for blowing up me like she did, but also told me she was still upset. I was only made aware because of the comments, and now wearing wedding attire to anything wedding related is common sense. All I knew was that the no white on a wedding day. Honestly, after people informed me, I felt awful and downright stupid. So I apologize back for not running it through her like I should have, since I didn't know. I know lots of people were telling me to cut her off, but I've known her since I was 14, so I'm glad we can stay friends. Her husband, on the other hand, he had told her that he came up to me and asked me to change. And apparently I told him it didn't matter because I was already there, or something along those lines. She was crying a lot while telling me. After she blew up at me, I told her the real story. She got pissed at her husband. The husband suggested both of them block me so the fight would stop. She agreed to it, but was still upset by it all. Eventually, she started asking people who were at the wedding to see what happened. 3 people saw me walk up to him and heard me ask. This is where she learned her husband lied to her.
Ooh.
Again, a huge fight between the two. Turns out he's hated me since I met them 5 years ago. They had already been dating for a year beforehand. I became good friends with her, but not him. He felt as though I was trying to take his girlfriend. I didn't know what I did to make him feel this way. She's beautiful, but I'd never do that shit to anyone. I don't know why he'd wait 5 years, but he decided the day of his wedding was the best time to get rid of me. I'm not really sure what's going to happen to them in the future. She's staying at another friend's house until her and her husband are able to talk about it. I doubt I'll update any more like, update, they're getting divorced, because that feels insensitive. Again, thanks to everyone for all the advice and point of views. It helped me so much. Have a good day or night. Edit. My friend is doing a lot better and plans to talk to her husband soon. I've also shown her my post since I felt like she had a right to know. While some comments made her quite upset, but she knows she overreacted. My friend's emotions are always intense, but she tries her best to keep them under control. She's seen people talk about the red flags in her husband, but isn't sure what to do. She told me she'll decide based on what he does when they talk about it. I'll support her no matter what she decides. Even if he rubs me the wrong way and I have my own opinion on what she would do, it's up to her. She's an amazing person, and I just want her to be happy.
Oh.
This is a whole ass rom-com.
I was going to say, like, I'm expecting, like, I know he said he wouldn't, but I'm expecting another update. Now we're married.
Yeah, honestly, you know what? And here's the truth is I love when the good guy wins.
Yep.
Sounds to me, I think we're thinking the same page here.
He's winning.
Yeah. She needs to leave the dirtbag and go with him.
Yep.
End of story.
And it sounds like the wedding wasn't very expensive. So it's not
honestly,
not really a big deal.
You're not losing much there.
Yep.
I mean, divorce fees do kind of fucking suck, but
yeah, they can. Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, number one, and we boil this down very easily. Number one, you had no idea it was a wedding.
Yep.
Number two, there was no theme, so you went with what you felt was fun.
It was quite poignant. Right?
Yeah.
Like on the nose.
Yeah. Number three, you've been friends with him for 5 years. I'm assuming you didn't just randomly, sporadically pick up this trait to do this at the fucking party.
Yeah.
They knew who you were. I'm glad your friend talked to you about this. I'm glad, like, she definitely calmed herself down, but my gut, and I typically try to swing the way of, like, the path of least resistance in these situations. However, my gut is telling me, yo, leave that dirt bag. You two run off in the sun together.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like you know how she acts more, and you're actually willing to listen and talk and have good, honest.
I gave you the one.
That was 2 episodes ago.
That was 20 minutes ago in my eyes.
That was 2 episodes ago.
I guess 2 hours ago.
Good, honest communication. This rom-com deserves our protagonist to run off in the sun with the gorgeous cutie.
At the very least, she needs to have a talk with her husband.
Absolutely.
But that's major red flags and just petty jealous bullshit and lying. So like,
what makes all that worse is the fact that like did he think that everyone at the wedding was going to cover for him?
I guess he thought that not enough people heard it.
You're in a house.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not exactly a huge wedding venue.
Yeah, you're not in a fucking church, dude. Yeah. Like, anyways,
jeez, yeah.
As everyone said, not the asshole. OP. Dan, I hope Dan wants death. I'm assuming your name is Dan.
Yep.
Dan, I hope everything works out for your friend, and I hope you continue to cosplay because it sounds a lot like you have a lot of fun.
Yep. Moving on. Am I the asshole for wearing my wedding ring to my sister's wedding against her wishes and quote unquote hijacking her night? Wearing a wedding ring?
Let's figure this out.
All right, whatever. So, my sister, 29 female, got married last Saturday. The ceremony was beautiful, and I enjoyed myself as much as someone who is famously not a wedding guy could. The dramatics were not quite as enjoyable. I, 27 male, hadn't seen my family in a few months, and we've only had a handful of phone calls over the course of those months. It's never on purpose that I pull one of the disappearing acts. It's mostly out of habit. I've been fiercely independent for most of my life, and I get easily caught up in whatever I'm doing at the time, and that makes it hard for me to remember to keep those not in my direct line of sight in the loop. My mother's the same way. It's also nice visiting around times when big events like this are going on, as my mom is prone to hovering whenever I'm home, and this takes some of the spotlight off me. I've been in Ireland about 8 months prior to flying in last Thursday. I was originally there to spend 2 weeks with my best friend who, thanks to the aforementioned one-track mindedness I possess, I had unfortunately grown apart from within recent years. Ours was a friendship that had started since we were 14 and was one of the most important relationships in my life for over a decade. And I wanted to put more effort into it so I didn't lose it. He was spending time overseas as to reconnect with his heritage since his father's passing. I was already traveling, and my stay obviously turned out to be a lot longer than 2 weeks. It also turned into us getting married. Funny how life works like that. Interesting. About 2 weeks before our trip to the States for my sister's wedding, I sent out a mass email to close family letting them know that me and my husband were married. I wanted to assuage any possibility of us stealing any thunder, quote unquote, right from the get-go. My mom replied that she was hurt that she wasn't told sooner or allowed to be there, which I understood. It seemed her mood flipped by the time we met in person, however. Rehearsal dinner was on Friday, and that was where we all met up for the first time. My mom was overjoyed to see me and my partner and spent a large part of the night telling stories about she had always predicted there was something different about my friendship with him compared to others I was close with in high school. It was a very sweet moment, but at the end of the night, my sister pulled me aside and asked if we would not wear our wedding rings to her ceremony. I was confused, so I asked why. She said I was taking the attention off her, and she was already bitter that I hijacked her rehearsal dinner. More family might take notice if I wore my ring tomorrow and cause a similar incident. I refused. Like I mentioned before, the ceremony was beautiful, but she didn't speak to me for the rest of the weekend, and we ended up leaving the reception early. Am I the asshole?
No.
Yeah, I gotta agree there. I mean, like, I'm just trying to think of both sides of it. You know, my gut reaction is definitely not.
So, okay. So think of it like this for a second.
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah,
on finding love like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, maybe me and you were destined for that. I don't know. Cherish the night. But no, like it's you know, when you're able to find love like that, especially with someone so close to you already, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's fantastic. And so big W for that. Huge. And I do want everyone to think, like, to understand when I made my jolting, like, what the fuck? It wasn't like, I'm sure the comments probably like, this motherfucker thought it was two dudes. Like, no, I think that's just awesome. I wasn't expecting them to get married.
Yeah.
But, because now it makes sense as the fucking title. But you're married.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone understands that sometimes you go off the fucking radar. Yes, they understand that things have changed when you come back. But you should not hide you being married.
Yeah.
You're not stealing their thunder. This isn't your wedding.
No.
You're not actively going like, look at me. Like, you're just like, oh, I'm here to celebrate them. Hey, what's up?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, here's my husband. Yeah, say hi.
Yep.
Cool. Hey, you want to go dance? Awesome. You give me a drink, baby? Awesome. Oh, my God, 2 men kiss. Oh, they're married. Oh, sweet. No one's fawning over that.
No.
Like, I'm sure there's been plenty of weddings where newlyweds, whether it's man to man, woman to woman, man to woman, guys, gals, non-binary pals, as we always say, doesn't matter who it is. Someone got fucking married recently and they went to a wedding and they were wearing their wedding bands. Doesn't mean they took away from that wedding.
No.
You are not an asshole. You are not an asshole in the slightest.
No, yeah, I definitely, like, it's, yeah, to me, that's childish. Also, you know, not exactly like big wedding guy, naturally, because, you know, ours was quite small, but
3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah. Call him if you want a quickie. Or a wedding. Hey, how you doing? But yeah, like it's just all drama bullshit. Hey, oh. I know it's after it's midnight, but yeah, but I mean, he sent out a mass email kind of as a warning, not necessarily as a warning, but just saying like, hey, by the way, we got married.
Yeah.
But he was also trying to do it. He said, I wanted to get rid of any potential that, you know, he's trying to steal any thunder or anything by sending out that email. So he was forward thinking in that. Mom was a chatty Cathy and wanted to talk to them about everything. So I mean, like that's mom. Sure, that makes sense. It's not like every guest there was saying, "Hey, oh my God, no way." It was mom. So like, yeah, I'm gonna immediately say not the asshole.
I bet you they were dressed and pressed though.
I bet
Gay dudes are some fine motherfuckers when they dress. That's all I'm saying. Like I love man, what was it, the Ralphie May joke years ago? Like, gay dudes are just fucking handsome, man. Yeah. And but no, I bet you like they probably rolled up, dressed and pressed, wanted to be respectful of the wedding. Mm-hmm. They probably looking good as fuck, and everyone probably went, hold on a second, last time we saw you were single. Simple as that. No one's probably going like, look, they're fucking married. Yeah. Like, it's just a, hey, hi, how are you? Oh shit, you got a ring? Oh, hey, oh, nice pardon. That's it.
Yep.
I cannot see, and I want to go and say, what do you say here?
Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Yep. Everyone else says asshole.
We got to figure this out.
I can't wrap my head around how, but let's see the comments because I'm genuinely curious. Maybe there's something we're not seeing. Okay, so let's see. First one here. At that point, wearing your rings wouldn't have made a difference. Everyone already knew you were married. Maybe it would have been worse because people would wonder and ask why you were not wearing rings. Did we miss a comment? This feels like this is a response.
I mean, that's just the.
Okay, yeah. Your sister, though, is not completely at fault either. She must have been pretty hurt that her rehearsal dinner was all about you getting married. You should have thought that sending an email wouldn't stop any conversation about your surprise wedding right before your sister's. I understand you're a carefree guy, but maybe you could have found a better way at a time to let everyone know about your neo marriage. Neo marriage? What's a neo marriage?
I don't know.
Can we look that up real quick? Neo Matrix.
Neo gets married again.
What? Wait. Say, what is a neo marriage? Neo-marriage.
I don't know.
An umbilical family involved.
That's neo-locality.
So that's not even a fucking term.
whatever.
Somebody in the comments tell me what neo marriage is, please, because it sounds a bit hurtful.
Yeah.
Edit, after reading your comments, you're the asshole. Married for 4 months and lets a few know just before the wedding of his sister and still doesn't see any problem with his actions. Huh? Okay. I want to go on and say this now. Sometimes the comments are logical.
Yeah.
Sometimes the comments are assholes. We have to remember that. You're the asshole. You were married for 3 months and you chose to announce your marriage just 2 weeks before your sister's wedding. Then her rehearsal dinner became you and your spouse's debut, not only as a couple, but as a married couple. I don't think people's lives should be on hold, but I do think that when it comes to milestone events like a wedding, the guests of honor should have the entire spotlight to themselves, and people shouldn't take away from that. You had to know that handling things this way was going to take attention away from your sister's big day. Here is the problem with that, as we just said. If you had waited and not said anything and shown up with a wedding ring on, and your partner shows up with a wedding ring on, people are going to go, hold the fucking phone. When did this happen? So you taking the active measure of letting people know ahead of time, fine in my book. Let's be real here for a second. And I want everyone in the comments to understand this too. And I know you did you have I can't remember if you had a rehearsal dinner. Did you?
We had we just had like a barbecue get together at my house.
That's right. That's right.
So it was a rehearsal dinner, but we didn't rehearse nothing.
No, we all sat around outside. No, that's right, because we had the salt gun shooting fucking flies.
Yeah.
I remember that now. Okay. Here's the thing about that. A rehearsal dinner in comparison to a wedding, two very different things. The rehearsal dinner is where usually people show up in mild, like business casual clothing.
Yeah.
If there's a rehearsal of like, here's how you're walking in, or here's how you're walking out, or here's how this is going to happen, that happens then. But outside of that, it's typically a social gathering for everyone else to go, hey, hi, how are you? Haven't seen you in forever. This didn't happen at the fucking wedding. It happened at the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
If my sibling had gotten married, right? I'm not going to be like, fuck you for getting married and showing it off in my rehearsal dinner. I'm going to be like, yo, that's awesome. I'm going to celebrate that because that is a milestone.
Yeah.
My big day is tomorrow. I can tell you that I don't care about the rehearsal dinner. I'm enjoying everyone being around and having a good time. My big day is tomorrow. We will remember tomorrow. Let's get all the big stuff out the way now. Not the asshole.
Yeah. I'm just kind of sifting through the comments, and it's just a lot of people just saying like, you basically he was married for 4 months and then let him know 2 weeks ahead of time. I can see why people would be upset at that, but at the same time, who fucking cares? Like, you know, it's, I guess maybe, I don't know if maybe we're just on the minority side of this, but like,
let us know in the comments.
It's your life, live it how you want. You know, now if you were doing it like at the wedding and being like, look, bitch, I got married, like you were saying, that, yeah, you'd be maybe a little bit of an asshole. Because
you're driving attention to yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes when you're just going to be like somebody that doesn't necessarily update everybody on your life achievements, there's going to be some shockers there, you know? And so I'm not going to go through all of this because like pretty much everybody here is saying asshole, but again, I guess we're just in the minority on that because I'm not. I really
want to know what the comments out there have to say.
Definitely let us know, because I mean, yeah, I just don't see the big deal, but whatever. Any final thoughts on that?
I'd love to see what they were wearing.
Yeah.
I like, that's just one thing. Like I don't.
Hey everyone, if you're enjoying the show, make sure to subscribe or follow depending on the site that you're on, and make sure to drop a like on the video. If you have any lousy ideas for the show, feel free to email them to us at thelousypodcast@gmail.com, or join the Discord by using the link in the description. Back to the show.
I've long time always said, like, you got some handsome dudes out there, make no mistake, but like gay dudes just have this level of fucking like handsome that you're just like, I just am in awe. Like, it's just awesome. So I'd love to see what their outfits were. I bet you they were fucking clean, dude. I'm trying to picture like what, like
you're.
I'm trying to like imagine this now.
Well, no, I think you're obsessing now. So let's move on. Yeah.
All right. Am I the asshole for wanting a sunrise wedding? We talked about this. Okay, I just want to say this.
Yeah.
We don't know what a sunrise wedding is, so forgive us if we have any questions.
My initial thing was it's probably butt crack of dawn, like first
ass
thing in the
crack,
morning,
dude.
like get that early golden hour, you know. So
Yeah. All right. Am I the asshole for wanting a sunrise wedding? Every year on our anniversary, my fiance and I wake up early to go to the beach and watch the sunrise together. It's a very special tradition as we both have both overcome a number of personal challenges during our time together. And the symbolism of watching a new day begin is deeply meaningful to us. That's awesome. We decided we wanted to incorporate this into our wedding. Our plan is to have our ceremony on the beach and have everyone walk over to the beachfront restaurant for breakfast, Bloody Marys, and mimosas. We've already talked to the restaurant owner about this, who loves the idea and said he'd be happy to open early for us. After that, everyone is free for the remainder of the day. Our friends and family are mostly local and should all be able to travel to the beach in under an hour, except for some extended family flying in from Canada. But that's unavoidable. Based on our geographic location and the date of the wedding next summer, we've scheduled ceremony start for 5:30 a.m.
Oof.
when there should be plenty of light, but the sun itself won't be quite visible yet. We've been getting a lot of backlash from our families about this, who say that this is way too early and we need to move the ceremony to a more normal time of day. But my fiance and I don't feel like we're asking you for anything that's unreasonable. Am I the asshole?
While it's yeah, that's first off, congratulations.
Yes.
That is very early, but that is a beautiful story, honestly.
Absolutely.
And so here's the thing. People can decline an invitation, right? And if that's what you want to do for your wedding, if they show up, they show up. If they don't, they don't. Simple as that. You know, it's
reading these tells me deeply how much I actually regret doing my wedding the way I did.
oh really? Yeah, you had a pretty typical.
Well,
wedding.
and it's not even the fact that it was typical. It's the fact that we listened so much to everyone else's opinions.
Yeah.
That at some point it wasn't our wedding anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I have told my wife this many times over. I would have much rather small wedding, like I'm talking hell, courthouse steps.
Yeah.
Pastor, how you doing? Keep it moving. I do. Bang, bang, we're out. And then have a reception party and then go on a honeymoon or something.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't even do a destination wedding, but it sounds like they're already living at the beach, I believe. So it's like, that's cool that they have that.
Mm.
I fully agree with you that, especially hindsight 2020, it's your wedding. Who gives a fuck what anybody else says?
Yeah.
Do it your way. I don't even give a fuck if your dad or mom or grandma or fucking uncle or whoever is paying for it. They're paying for that out of their own fucking money and in the kindness of their fucking heart. That does not mean they have a financial approval over who the fuck does
Did they
what.
say somebody's paying for it?
No, I'm just saying that like in like a sense of like, it doesn't matter if someone's paying for it. It doesn't matter if someone's involved in it. No one has the final say except for the two people who are getting.
You on my side of the fucking
I am
table.
on my side, bro. Anyways, two people getting married. That's your choice. It's what you do, how you do it, when you do it, where you do it, whatever. You're not the asshole.
No, yeah, it's early as fuck. But if you really, care about somebody and want to be part of something big like that, you get up a little early. You go to the beach, watch a beautiful sunrise on a beautiful wedding, and then go get fucking drunk on some mimosas.
Oh my God. Dude, honestly, be a fucking blast.
Honestly, that sounds like fun. I'm not exactly a morning person, but I'm not exactly a night owl either. So waking up that early would definitely be rough, but
I just stay up all night.
Yeah, probably just fucking slam it. And be tired as fuck. That sounds dope, honestly.
It does.
Yeah.
Here's how I would handle that. I would stay up all night. I would pop me a fucking espresso at about 2:00 in the morning, ride it to the wedding, have a beautiful ceremony, go get fucking hammered, and then go take me a nice long, like 4-hour afternoon nap, pissed drunk. Like that just that just sounds dope as shit. And then you get to go spend the rest of the day at the beach.
Yeah.
Like there is zero reason why anybody should be mad here.
I mean, you can be upset, like you can be, you know, uncomfortable for a day. You know, weddings are usually not the most comfortable thing in the world anyway. So, I mean, you know, might as well make it look pretty.
Not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Everyone says everyone sucks.
So, I mean, let's see what people say. A good solution is to have a private ceremony with you and your fiance at 5:30, and then have a second ceremony at a more reasonable time for the guests.
Bullshit.
Fuck you. The first one, that can be just the two of you reciting your vows to each other, or the two of you with the willing officiant and a handful of close friends and relatives who are willing to join. If you have two ceremonies, it's too costly and unreasonable, then you just do the first option with the two of you only speaking private vows. No, it's not the best. Like, somebody's commenting, this is the best option. Like, fuck them.
Why are we taking everyone else's worries into account here?
Yeah.
There's no legitimacy behind it. It's just, it's too early.
It's your wedding.
Correct.
Not their wedding.
Yeah.
If they don't want to wake up that early, that's their prerogative. Like, you know, they're missing out on it.
Who gives a fuck? That's my question. Who gives a fuck? Fuck this whole thread.
This one is better. If they aren't 100% thrilled to be there, they shouldn't be at the wedding, full stop. You don't pander to guests at your wedding.
A fucking man, dude. Anybody out there who's watching, if you are getting married or you plan on wanting to be married one day, I'm telling you this, please listen to what I have to say. It will save you so much headache. Do not give a fuck what everyone else has to say. If someone wants to help you or you ask for an opinion, that is one thing. But that does not mean they are granted the opportunity to command what happens at your wedding.
Yep.
Period.
Everyone sucks here. I wouldn't attend this wedding. That's a crazy time. However, it's your wedding, so do you. Just be aware there may be low attendance. I like this comment. They suck for wanting the wedding they want. Fucking really? They're not being dicks to people. They're not telling people that they're assholes or not attending. They're not berating people for who don't want to come and go that early. They just want to have the wedding that means the most to them. I agree. Attendance will likely be lower than normal, but I don't think they're assholes for wanting something that is meaningful to them. Yeah.
I'm going to use this opportunity to use an example from your wedding.
Okay.
I've never told you this, but now is a great time for me to say it. Why? Okay. Because it works perfectly for this.
Gotcha.
Everyone out there, not only was I the officiant for his wedding, I was one of the best men.
Yep.
I hated the fact that we had to walk so goddamn far to take pictures.
Yeah.
I was sweating my dick off.
I was too. I hated the fact that we had to walk so far to take pictures.
But did I say anything?
No.
No. What did I do? I walked up and I would pat your fucking forehead and be like, hey, buddy, get in there. You got some more pictures. Go get it.
Yep.
Go get it, Tiger. My wife would go over and grab me a fucking drink and be like, here, baby, you need this. I'd be like, you're right. Yeah.
It was
hot as fuck.
It was May and 96 here in Austin. So
yeah,
that was.
And so but here's the thing. It's what
and
you and your wife wanted to do. It's what y'all had prearranged. It is not my fucking place to tell you, don't do this.
Yeah.
It is my place to go, okay. If I didn't want to do that, if I didn't feel like I could hold up to that, I should have told you long before, hey, man, I'm going to leave on the best man duties. Me walking that fucking far when it's that hot, no, I'm good. No, what did I do? I sucked it up and went, you know what? It's their wedding. This is what they want. Let's fucking get after it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know it. Nobody likes the photos. Like taking. Well, really, so everything about the wedding was great except for the weather. And that's really it for me. Because and that was a concern that I had raised to her, because basically we had started dating May 14th, which that's our wedding, the day we got married. But so that was important to us to have the same anniversary. And I was like, good
thing it is.
The only right, it's one date to remember. There you go. A little pro tip there for you boys, but or girls, or not whatever you say. I don't have the mouth to say it, but
it's past midnight.
And my brain no go.
Not even flashy light logo. Good brain.
No flashy light. Sleep time. What was I saying?
Weather.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, it was just hot as fuck, and that was a concern. I was like, it's probably gonna be hot. And so, a little funny side note on that: we got married on a boat. There's like a party boat that you can rent on one of the lakes here.
Shit.
It's super cool. And I was like, that's totally fine. I'm not the hugest fan of the heat. Let's just get a boat with AC. She's like, it's got AC. I'm like, great. Guess what the boat didn't have? AC. Now
the one that was right next to us did.
To her credit, she thought we were getting the bigger one, which had the AC.
Yeah.
So it was an honest mistake, and I was not thrilled about it, but it ended up being really fun. And then once we got out on the water and got moving, it was a lot cooler.
Oh, we were dancing up on the top deck, and it was a beautiful breeze. It was a blast. We were drunk as piss.
But yeah, so it's have the wedding you want. Don't pander to some bullshit.
But just don't.
I'd love to see photos of that. I'm sure that's going to be gorgeous.
Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing: it doesn't matter. I agree with you 100%. It boils down to it's your wedding. Yep. Do what you want. Mm-hmm. No one else. I can tell you right now, like be parents who have kids, especially at our age, be the ones who break that stigma. When your kids are starting to get married, don't be that parent where it's like, you need to do exactly what I said, motherfucker. No. If your fucking kid says, hey, we're going to go jump out of that plane up there and we're going to get married on the way down. And by the time we hit the ground, we're going to have rings on our fingers and we want to land right between everybody at the ceremony and everyone's woo! Like, and we say I do's as we hit the ground. Awesome. You know what you say? That sounds dope as fuck. Logistically might not work, but hey, do what feels great.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Does not mean we should be the ones to be like, no, traditional wedding. I want suit and tie and I want no. Like, just break that. This bullshit of people wanting to put their fucking stamp on something just because it's my kid.
Yeah.
No, fuck off, dude. End of this one. Last one. Yeah. Let's get this last one.
God dang. Am I the asshole for having a dry wedding and serving only water for drinks? Dang. Throwaway only because I don't want this on my main.
That's fair.
Okay, so basically my husband and I are getting married later this year. Each of our sides of the family are fairly big. It would be around 100 to 150 people total.
God damn.
That's a lot of fucking people.
That's a very fucking
For context, mine was 30.
Mine was 70, 60 or 70.
Yeah. My husband and I are paying for this all ourselves, as well as my grandma, who said she doesn't care one way or the other on this issue. She just loves weddings. Good for her.
See?
There we go. Just like we were talking about. We have a lot of kids in our family, so we decided against making it child-free, but we did decide to make it dry. So there would be no alcohol of any kind at our wedding. Honestly, this doesn't have anything to do with there being kids, but they're but due to the fact that my fiance and I don't drink. Nothing against people who do. It's just not for us, and we don't want to. On top of that, we really only drink water. We rarely, if ever, drink soda, so most of the time it's only water with the occasional juice and milk. We don't even drink coffee. So obviously, that's crazy. So obviously the food, which is part of my grandma, which is a part my grandma is not paying for, is going to be expensive for that many people. We are having our wedding catered, so everyone will have a good choice of food to choose from, but to drink only water will be provided. We don't want to have to pay for alcohol or soda. It's just a large added expense when we can just do filtered water for a much cheaper cost. Well, when my family and friends found out, got angry.
Okay.
They got angry.
Yep.
We'll just say. Some didn't really care, but some are really upset about it, saying that I can just have an open bar so I don't have to pay for drinks.
That's not how that works.
No, we could, but we still have to pay for the bartender, and we really just don't want to bother with alcohol there. Or we should at least have soda, but how can we expect everyone to drink only water? The kids will be upset. The wedding will be boring. This is not how weddings work, etc. So am I the asshole? I didn't think this would be a problem. It's only water. I mean, don't most people drink water every day anyway? No, they don't. Should we pay the extra to have soda to make the family happy? We're just going to echo the same shit we just said. It's your wedding. Do what you want.
It's that fucking line. The wedding will be boring.
Yeah, because it's about the drinks at the fucking wedding. That's not what makes...
Whoever the fuck said that to you, cut them off. Like...
Yeah, that's just...
First of all, not the asshole.
Definitely not.
Do I agree with having just water there? No.
Yeah, we had everything.
Yeah. So did we.
Yeah. We had a keg too.
We had a keg. We had
heavy.
We had a few cases of wine, a lot of beer, sodas.
Drank almost all of it.
It was the keg was tapped, and I think there was like of the beer. Maybe it was like 5 cans.
I know
left.
the wine was out at one point too. So yeah, I think it was just
The wine was out to the point in which we actually had somebody go get more.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. To exactly what you just said. We have to echo all over again what the fuck we just said. It's not their goddamn wedding.
Yep.
They can get over it. If people are that pressed for some goddamn alcohol
or soda or anything, water is perfectly fine. I drink a shit ton of water.
Same. Y'all seen that big ass jug I bring in here? Like, I drink coffee and water.
Yeah.
That's what I drink. OP, if you ever see this, don't bend, don't bow, don't break. Have your wedding the way you want it to be.
Yeah.
If people are judging if people are judging the beauty and the awesomeness of your wedding based on the drinks you're serving, they don't deserve an invite.
It's not a real wedding. Yeah.
No. Not at all. And the fact that people are bitching, telling them to still spring for a fucking bartender when they've already clearly said that they don't want to cover the cost.
Yeah.
No one's offering to cover that bartender.
Mm-mm.
They want them to pay for it. They want free alcohol. That's all you wanted that fucking way is free alcohol.
Yeah. Well, I think what they meant by that is like get one where you buy each drink, but you'd still have to pay for the bartender.
But that depends on if that place has a bar. They didn't confirm this. If that place doesn't have a bar, then they still have to purchase the alcohol to supply for that bartender to serve.
Yeah.
And even then, typically when you actually have the bartender, you have to go through with purchasing a license for that night to have the bartender running the bar without somebody who has a license there.
Yeah.
Because those wedding nights, those venue nights, that like, whenever you go to a venue, like whether it's like a club or a restaurant or whatever, you always see that fucking frame. It has ABC on it and then a bunch of names right underneath it. Those are the people who are licensed to handle and distribute alcohol on the premises, or whether they be bartenders, managers, or what have you. If there is somebody who is not there, and typically it's mostly managers who are there to just make sure that the distribution of alcohol is correct. If someone is there that is not licensed, then you have to purchase a license for that night showing that that bartender is approved to do that for that night.
Yep.
So you're purchasing the bartender, now you're purchasing the license plus all the alcohol that's there to be served.
It's a lot of expense there.
It is.
We ended up, so little quick side tangent. Skylar's wedding, a buddy of mine, initially was going to be just soda and water.
Yeah.
And cause he doesn't really drink. Like she drinks wine, but that's really about it.
I don't think I've ever actually seen him drink.
So the night before, he's like, he was still kind of thinking about it, and his dad had a potential line on a bartender that could come. So the venue had a bar, but not a bartender. But here it's similar. I don't think you have to purchase a license, but you have to have a licensed bartender there to distribute the alcohol. Yeah, and that's even so. He was buying the alcohol. Well, technically, I ended up buying a good chunk of it, but as like a wedding present. But anyway, so. The day of, bartender gets approved, and he's like, "Fuck it, let's have that. Let's have it." So me and then a couple of the other groomsmen hopped in a truck and went to HEB and loaded that shit up. And so, but then there was a bunch of additional costs there, and that's why I covered a good chunk of it too, because like I didn't want him to freak out about it or anything, and that plus good wedding present. So, but yeah, it was a fucking mess to get it figured out. We got it figured out, but. It was just a nightmare. And so like trying to deal with something like that is not fun at all. So yeah, I mean, and again, we're just going to keep echoing. It's your fucking wedding. Do what you want. You know, like if you want to only serve orange juice, then you can only serve orange juice if you want to, if that's what's important to you. So I don't think, well, and here's the thing. We're both saying not the asshole, but the people,
everyone else is saying
asshole.
And that's nuts.
Which is weird. So let's look at this.
Can I just stop for a second? I realize we've done this a lot in this batch recording. We keep completing each other's sentences or run-on sentences, and I think now I understand why people think we're twins.
Yeah.
Like, not even just looks aside. We do that a lot.
We do. I mean, we've been friends 20 years. So,
True.
You know, just about. So,
And there's a little bit of lore for you.
Yep. So yeah, let's read some of these. I know that technically you could be in the right, but here's the thing about weddings. The marriage ceremony is for you and your fiance. The wedding is for everyone you've invited. No, it's not. Fuck you. It's an event you're hosting, and not providing any drinks other than water makes you a bad host/hostess.
What?
I've been to dry weddings. There was a couple that put real thought and effort into designing mocktails themed around their relationship. It was delightful, and everyone connected to the couple through it. After another couple, had a sparkling cider tower in place of champagne, and everyone cheered with their cider and flutes. When you're hosting an event, your job as a host, no, you're not, is to take care of your guests. Just because it follows a marriage ceremony doesn't make you any less the host of an event. That means providing more than one drink option, especially non-alcoholic, especially to an event your guests are incurring expenses to attend and bringing gifts to. You're the asshole, honestly. I fully support a dry wedding, but only water as a beverage is being a cheap host.
Okay. I strongly disagree with that.
I hope that in 20 years, everyone's still saying, you remember that wedding we had to smuggle in a 2-liter of Pepsi?
That's a memory. That's a memory.
Oh my God.
Literally, the water only thing will be what everyone remembers. Then fuck them for coming.
No. I don't have anything against dry weddings, but surely you can offer something other than just water, iced tea, lemonade, something with flavor. Oh, fuck all these people. Like, don't get me wrong. I would much rather go to a wedding that has options. But if it's for somebody, again, that I actually care about and that I'm going to go to this wedding to, I don't care what they're serving. Like, you know, I'm there to celebrate their marriage. We don't have to be catered to.
Let me offer an extra suggestion.
What's that?
You go to a wedding of someone you care about, right?
Mm-hmm.
How likely is there going to be people there that you know?
So usually pretty solid chance.
Let's say that wedding you're going to is a dry wedding. They're only serving water, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be at that reception. The wedding total is typically to run like what? 3-4 hours? 5 tops?
Typically.
Let's just say hypothetically, right, this thing ends around like 9, like most weddings do.
Yeah.
What time do bars close?
Depends on the state, but typically like 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so if these are people that you care about and you love hanging out with them and it's a party and you want alcohol that bad, why don't you just, I don't know, go to the bar after, you know, have a drink there. And for anybody in the comments who says, but it's free alcohol, I'm downvoting you. Like, I'll personally thumb down that comment. Like, sounds pretty brutal. How will they wash down their salt? Now that's funny.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
But they will have 2 types of cheese. This is a fancy wedding.
A lot of people in these comments are probably ones who have never had to pay for their own wedding or have never gotten married.
I mean,
and truth be told, like, especially the ones that are talking about, like, you know, you need to provide this. Like, you don't understand how much money that is that they're having to provide out. Like, it's a lot. I wouldn't call you an asshole, just a shit wedding. People are going to call you cheap, think you're weird. And no alcohol is weird enough, but just water, LMFAO, people are going to walk out early. That's fine. It's not for them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about a wedding. When you invite people to a wedding, you're inviting people to celebrate your new marriage.
Yeah.
The reception, okay, the ceremony is to solidify that marriage.
Yeah.
The ceremony is literally, here's the wedding party, who are the key witnesses to seeing you get married. They are the ones who are there to adamantly state, I witnessed this happen. That is their job. Your job as the wedding couple, or as the couple getting married, I should say, is to get married. I do's, legally, bind, bang, done, rings, we're all good.
Yep.
After that, the reception, or excuse me, the cocktail hour is for everyone to enjoy some beverages and some little finger foods while the wedding party goes and takes pictures or does whatever they need to do. Then the reception happens when it's typically dinner, dance party, funny games, grab the garter with your teeth, that whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah.
That is to celebrate the new marriage. That's why when I like DJ weddings, which I used to do a while back, and I wish I could still do it. When I'm DJing weddings, I absolutely love the game of let's get every married couple out on the floor. If I say, if you've been married less than the time I've said, then you hop off the floor.
Yeah.
It always starts with a new couple, like, hey, if you've been married less than 24 hours, leave the floor. And new couple, they're off.
Yeah.
But then by the end, you have that one couple that's been married for like 70 fucking years. And they're like, what's the key to happy marriage? And a lot of sex, food. Like, I don't know. Like, who knows? It's all about the celebration of the new marriage, giving that new couple an opportunity to learn from older couples, to celebrate their marriage with their family, all this stuff. It is not to entertain your fucking guests.
No. Another wedding I went to, they had just a ceremony, no reception, because they were like, we don't want to fucking pay for it. And so they ended up having it at a hotel, like in at a reception room. But so they like had the ceremony real quick, it was like 20, 25 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Just having that, the hotel had provided like, it was like a watermelon juice thing, but like that was the only drink there. Like there wasn't anything else. And then somebody had made cookies. Like, that was cool. But that was it. It's 20 minutes. We sat and talked for probably another 30 because they rented the room for an hour. And that was it. There's no reception, no dancing, no nothing, but nothing provided by the couple. And I was totally fine with
perfectly
that.
Fucking fine.
I wasn't there to do that. I was there to wear my suit, which I had my fly down. And that was kind of embarrassing during the photos. I haven't seen those photos to this day, but
they probably got burned.
They probably, or they're being worshipped for something. No, I'm just kidding. How you doing?
Schmeat.
Schmeat. But yeah, like I wasn't upset.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, why aren't you having no reception? It was just cool. This is fun. Congratulations. Go have fun.
Thanks.
Here's $50 or whatever. Like, so, I think people just need to get off their fucking high horse and realize that a wedding is not about your guests. The wedding is about the couple. And that's it. So I think we've been saying that point for a while now for both of these. So I think we'll go ahead and
that's it there. Let us know your thoughts. I'm because like we've been against a lot of these decisions tonight.
Are we just totally off base? Like, is it because it's after midnight and we're just fucking delusional? Well, I'm at least delusional. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because here's the thing: like, we do read your comments, and we may very well foreshadowing. Who knows? Maybe this comes out after that. As far as recording goes, we may very well do. We'll read your comments episode and read all the best ones we have on both TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah, we definitely don't have that on the docket already.
Anyways, but let us know in the comments. Are we just off base here? Like, are we off the reservation with our thoughts here, or are we making some sort of sense? Because I feel like I think out of all 4 that we just read, 3 of them we were heavily against.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only one that we agreed with, that everybody agreed with, was the accidental wedding dress.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Because that was not the asshole.
Yeah, because everybody, all the other ones we disagreed with.
Yeah. So let us know. Let us know in the comments.
Are we just free thinkers and different, or or are we just wrong?
Possibly.
Let us know.
Likely.
Probably.
Nonetheless, you should also subscribe.
Definitely.
Click the button behind me, and then click the video here because YouTube recommends it. And we're gonna go to bed now.
Good night.
Bye.